Namaskar. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, welcome to the Meditation and Service Show. We are live on Facebook and YouTube.
Welcome back, everyone. We are excited to present another show for you. This time, we will focus on education.
The great social reformer and educator P.R. Sarkar said, education is that which liberates. But what does it mean? What should we liberate from?
Well, we will try to find out. We will discuss it with our main guest today. But we also have an artist with us. He's from British Columbia in Canada. He's a great photographer. He's soon out with a new album, and he makes magical music.
But remember, this is an interactive show, and we like all of you to ask us questions in the chat and just share your thoughts.
Here in the Meditation and Service Project, we are concerned about the society and its development. And the eternal question is, how should the society evolve? And can we even influence its evolution? The answers are found in history itself. Great personalities has always been influencing the evolution with their revolutionary approaches and guided humanity forward.
For this evolution, morality and meditation plays important roles. Then the question is, where should it be taught? Should it be taught in school?
And we also wonder, is it possible to have an education system that contributes to a more balanced and just humanity? An education system that helps us to evolve beyond wars. All this we will soon discuss with our guest. Didi, are she ready? Let's bring her in.
Yes, she's here. Our first guest, she grew up in Brazil. She is passionate about life, but an ordinary life didn't satisfy her. So she went on a journey to test the universe. She left everything behind and brought nothing with her. She learned that if one dedicates one's life for the welfare of humanity, one will realize that the whole of humanity and the universe itself is your family. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Didi Ananda Gunamaya. Welcome, Didi, to our show. It's
Thank
really
you.
good to see you here. And how are you doing, Didi?
Thank you so much, you and everyone who is present.
How are you doing, Didi? How is
Yes,
Africa?
I'm fine, and I'm happy also to talk a little bit about Africa, about education. That is a topic that I love, and I think is very important to change the world and change people also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we will hear more about your place, where you work. It will be very interesting. So, Didi, you started to meditate, I think, about 20 years ago already. So, since then, you have lived an extraordinary life. What role has meditation played in this amazing journey?
Yeah, there is so many benefits, no, but I think mainly spiritual because I had this thirst for, you know, for the infinite. When I see the beauty of the nature, and I could feel that is a source, and I wanted to touch, to know that source of beauty. I was not satisfied just with the beauty. I want to reach the source of the beauty, and I was uh, in pain to not be able to that. And when I met the practice of meditation of Ananda Maga, it very easily solved the problem, no? So constantly I can be in touch with that supreme it. That actually is my inner self, is just to know how to touch your inner self. So I think that's the most significant benefit in my life of meditation, but of course I have so many other things. It gave me a higher perspective of life, and also knowing oneself, you get a lot of confidence because knowing that you are that supreme it, you know that you are able to do great things. So it made me confident, and yes, to know what should be done in different situations, not only during meditation but in the day-to-day life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's quite important part of it, I guess. And but Didi, after you became a nun in 2010, and then you went to West Africa, where you today run a school and a children's home in Ghana. So just to get a little bit of the background of where you are and how you work. So why do you think Africa is lacking behind when it comes to standard of living, education, etc.?
Yeah, background about the work. I'm running the Lot Children's Center that is now 30 years active with the children home and the preschool. Because the preschool is the formation of the life of the students, so it's very important. And then I started building a new children's center called Path of Joy in another place in Ghana that now is a library. And then I go to village and do social service. That's very, very nice work also. Actually here there is so much need of human resource that people that dedicated to help, that anything that you do is great, make
Yeah,
us a difference. So I feel very happy to be in a place that I needed,
yeah,
and how God trusts me
yeah,
this position, and then what I need, no, here is really different from the West. There is a lot of things lacking, and I think due to the lack of awareness of the mass, then there is too much exploitation and minimal service from the side of the government. For example, here in Ghana, the government charge taxes, but it will not collect your garbage. We have to pay for it. So people already are so economically miserable in the community I live that they cannot afford, for example, even to pay to someone collect the garbage. So it will result in a lot of problems with sanitation. They throw in the gutters will overflow, they will burn the garbage. So it's not just like good habits, it is deeper. I think the exploitation is too big because people is not aware and they lack the confidence that they can do something. Always I hear these people say me when we are discussing about these problems that here is Africa. Here is Africa. That means they drop the possibility of change it. And they think if you want a better place, you have to go abroad. So that's a big, big problem, lack of sanitation, so lack of service, so many things, so many things.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
education is very poor because it is giving a very fearful way, it's impacted in very fearful way. So it cuts the leadership. If some students have that sense of leadership, they still use a cane to beat the students, like they want discipline to impart discipline. So some teachers they have technique, so you don't know about that subject they are going to teach, but to them to know that the children you pay attention, they will start to ask about that subject, that the children don't know.
okay.
And then, if of course the children cannot reply the questions because the first time they see that, so they'll get beaten, So this is the way so much to impact discipline through fear, and it just block the children the interest for learning.
Yeah.
It is destroyed. They just go to school to get high scores. Yeah, so it's a big problem in the sense.
Okay, yeah, seem to be a lot of things need to be done in Africa. So, Didi, let's talk about education. I know that you've been teaching and managed the school for about 12 years. Yeah. So,
yeah.
from your experience, what kind of values should a proper education system teach?
We have to see why we are sending children for the school first, no? So if you want the children uh, just to sustain this capitalist system, so you are teaching academics very focused on what the big corporations need. But if you feel that there is a change, there is need to change the world, so you have to start to educating the new generation accordingly with the change they want to see. So, for example, if you feel that there is a need to, to find more sustainable ways to live with nature, so you have to teach for the children from early childhood, You have to start. If you
Yeah.
think there is a need for cooperation, kindness, then you have to start it from the very, very beginning of the educational life. So depending of what you think is necessary for the future, because this generation now is the one, that they really need to make a difference. The time is passing too fast, and the destruction of nature and the environment that we depend to live is getting more and more endangered. So I think, in my view, that we have to give this feeling of interconnection to the children, that we are all interconnected, we live in the same world, and everybody inside of this world is part of our family that we call big family, no? So we have these and then
Mm-hmm.
different values, but the basic is love. The basic is love. The foundation should be
Yeah.
love, you
Yeah.
know. But if you just want, people send their children to the school because they want their children to be happy, to have a bright future. So you have to think, how is your children disconnected of society? Can they be happy in a society where there's economic disparity and social divisions, hunger, and the people become criminal because they are in poverty? Can it give happiness?
Mm-hmm.
So if you think deep, you say, no, my children need to make difference in this world. I need to educate them, you know, to to change society. Yeah, and it does not come from government. It
So
will come from people who
yeah.
are aware.
Okay. So Didi, you were mentioning, there is the interconnection in the children to feel oneness. So that is should be part of the education that you say that seem to be that love for all beings. Yeah. So that it should be like kind of the foundation of the education that it should be. And
Yes,
also you mentioning about the morality. How is that the importance of the morality in the education system as well?
you see, the love should be the foundation. So all this potentiality human being has to love should not limit it for only the human space. So children in a natural way, they can feel connected with animals and plants. We just have to allow them, just the education should not block them, because natural for them to
Mm-hmm.
feel this interconnection. So you should
Yeah.
just encourage them, and guide them also, when they have conflict, children, they have conflict with each
Mm-hmm.
other, or they hurt animal or plant, and then you guide them, never making them feeling guilt, in a nice way,
Yeah.
because also when you
Yeah.
you make the children feel guilt, so they may not
Yeah.
admit that they have a weakness, but they should befriend with the weakness. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you are here, and I'm coming to overcome you, So they should know they came from love, and their nature is love. So they are here to express love, That's their life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. And one quality of many humans seems to lack is how to respect. From our observation, is one quality of humans that seem to be lack is how to respect and love each other. Well, love all beings, like what we mentioned earlier. So, how to teach a child to love all beings?
So you are asking? I didn't get, sorry.
Yes. What do you think, Didi? How to teach children, to love all beings?
In the practice, there are so many ways, but I think
Mm-hmm.
just exposing them to nature, and then talking, about the importance of nature, let them observe it, how, like here, we have no nature. In my community, there is a river that is more garbage than water, So we bring them there, and we let them think, could it be different? See the animals coming to drink. Are they happy there, the
Mm-hmm.
birds? So, they let them think, not just imposing this is right and this is wrong. Let the answer come from themselves. So we expose them in the classroom. We bring rivers from beautiful places with plants and animals coming eat, very clean. And we give this inspiration that, our river here, it can be like that also. So they should feel
Yeah.
that
So
another
that is seem
Africa
to
is
be like
possible.
through this through stories that you introduce this thing to the children, right?
Oh,
And do you also teach meditation for the children?
yes, 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 yes. Including morality, that's a part of meditation also. Meditation is a part of morality. Yeah, we teach this, what we have been teaching in this program, no? The moral principles. We teach through stories, and of course the educator should be example. That's a little difficult to get in the hard times today, you know. But yeah, morality is very important. I think morality is lacking, is the main thing lacking here. No, usually we
Yeah.
want morality more than anything, because the corruption is
Right, right,
high, and to
right.
cheat and to
Other
be moral
school,
is accepted as a strength. If your child can be aggressive, it's like a strength. Your child is strong; it can survive. So there is a
mhm,
lot of work. You can be strong being moral also. You can be strong being kind and caring, but you have is assertiveness, no?
right, right. So, other school also teach about the moral value, I guess, and like, one should be kind to others and not bully, etc. So, what makes your schools different with other schools? Must be something special in your school.
Yeah. I'll not compare much with normal school because I already talk a little bit how are the schools here, no, about the fear, the teaching by fear. And I think we don't focus too much in the academics. We focus more on building a human being. And then academics will give in creative way, psychological way, and also we don't is a little difficult to do that, but I try to see that each child learn in a different way. So we have to observe the child, not to standardize all the children are the same. And if somebody wants to do what they want and you say no, you have to do like the others. No, we have to do give them some freedom to them to express their creativity, to express their playfulness, to express their leadership, and then with the other alternative schools, there are so many schools. I felt that they are more focused on the human society. But in our schools, in Anandamaga, we call neo-humanism approach, neo-humanism. So
Mm-hmm.
besides the human, you also embrace the animals, the plants, even the inanimated beings. So we are more increasing this feeling of in the child that they are here for the welfare of all, that their happiness is the happiness of all, the happiness of all is their happiness. Do good for others and do good for yourself. So we see there is many kind of education, schools, different schools, more alternative, but they are always focused in the human society, and they see nature more an economic resource. But in neo-humanism, we give the same status of respect and the love and the right to exist, and be happy for the other beings.
Mm-hmm.
Lily, let's talk a little bit more about meditation, because I know that meditation is an important part of your school, and all the children do meditation every day. How do you feel? Can children actually meditate? Are they not too restless? Or?
Not only here, I did meditation with the children in Paraguay also, and I work there, and in Brazil also. I born there, and it
Yeah.
was when they do meditation, you can feel that flow of love. So I don't know what they feel, but I can feel that flow of love. I know they are doing meditation. You can feel that vibration, loving vibration, but we can see the effects on the children. No, of
Yeah.
course, some they like to play, and some are like they call hyperactive children. They cannot even close their eyes. But when they do, they go more than other children. Like they need so much to be centered. So I think it helps a lot, not only spiritually to feel that love that's natural for them to connect with that love, but also psychically they can find the center. So anytime in their lives when they get agitated, They easily can breathe and get in the center, you know. So as the parents feel that the children get more calm and focused, and every visitor that visit another school here in our country and they come here, they see the children are very calm, you know. They are still children, they play, they are naughty, but you can feel that there is a control, there is a limit, you know. They don't go too mad, you know. And I have experience with baby, because I was thinking 2 years old when they do meditation, maybe I was just inculcating the habit on them. I was thinking nothing happened, you know. And then there was a boy, he was sleeping, was the nap time, and I came in the class to talk to the teacher, and then I saw that the boy, 2 years old, he was having a nightmare in the daytime. And then I was going to wake up him because he was suffering, you know, he was agitated. But before I reached him, he wake up, he awoke, and he sat in lotus posture. You know, he crossed his legs, he make his back straight, and he start breathing. So I realized, wow, so it affected him psychologically. He was just a baby, but he found when problem is there, he knows how to find safety, inner safety. He didn't look for the teacher, he didn't look for the mother, but he tried to come within himself. It was a very great experience for
So
me to observe that.
what difference can this make if more schools introduce meditation? If schools all over the world introduce meditation, what influence can that have on the society?
I think there is a lot of difference, you know, but some children, they may not have that facility to connect with that love, that harmony, you know, they need to be guided. So it can improve their focus and the concentration to learn academics, but they need also the ethical learning, the ethical studies together. So that if they are focused, they have concentration, they got more power, more mental power. So they have along with that to learn the ethics, you know, how to build the character, so that that power will be well utilized for the benefit of the world. Otherwise, you know, I don't see just meditation as the solution, but the ethical teaching should be there also. I hope you got me. Did you
So
get
did
me?
it, yeah. So did it, to summarize it in few words, what are elements are necessary to develop a child to its fullest potentiality?
I think the loving presence of an educator is very important. You know, they feel support, they feel cared, you know, and in a natural way, they like to explore.
We,
The potentialities, and then the educator has to observe the child, also to encourage those potentialities. My connection.
it's okay, Didi. We can still hear you. But
Yeah.
is it realistic to get such an education system, Didi, that uh, to have an education system where people learn such values to love each other, to take care of each other, uh, to do meditation, to kind
I'm
of
going to
really
change
feel,
my connection.
really feel. Seems like we are struggling a little bit with our
I think
connection
my
to Africa.
connection.
We can hear you, Didi, but maybe you cannot hear us at the moment. Okay, so I
So
think
we just
I
move
think we move
forward.
on. We will bring
Yeah.
Didi back a bit later. So
Mhm.
I can see we can maybe we have many guests with us in the chat today. We have
Yeah.
Gibran Khalil with us from Montreal, Canada. He says namaskar. We have Luke Utter with us again today. He's in Italy. Namaskar to Luke.
Mhm.
Who else is there, Didi? Tara Sheila
Yeah,
Badranana
and
is
we
with us.
also have Peace, but I know that probably Padma, she is in Tennessee. Uh, Namaskar, Padma.
Yeah.
And we also have Dada Sheila Badrananda in Canada. Namaskar, Dada. And yeah.
And we have Ricardo with us from, I think he's from New York. And
Hmm.
let's see.
And we all have also Meera from India. Meera Prakash from India.
Mira is there with us too. Great to see you all again.
Yeah.
Namaskar to all of you. We have a question to Didi. Let's see if Didi is there. Didi Ananda Gunamaya, can you
She's
hear
here.
us? She is there, but I don't know if she can hear us. Maybe she cannot hear us. No, it seems like she cannot hear us. So we will see. We can come back to Didi later on, see if the connection will be a bit better.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Didi, we have another guest with us today.
Hmm.
And our next guest, he is from Canada. And he is an accomplished photographer and musician. He has made 10 mantra music albums and he has about 1 million views on YouTube. He takes stunning photos and he loves to meditate. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Lila Maya.
Namaskar. Babalam kevalamo, Babalam kevalam, Babalam kevalam, Babalam kevalam, Babalam kevalamo, Babalam kevalam, 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 Babana Kevalamo Babana Kevalam Babana Kevalam Babanam Kevalam Babana Kevalam Babanam Kevalam Babana 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 Kevalam
Thank you. Beautiful tune. Nice to have you. Welcome to the show, Lila Maya. Welcome. Let me
Welcome.
see. You are muted. Can
There,
we?
how's that?
There you are.
Perfect.
Nice. Welcome, Lila Maya.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Namaskar.
Good to have you here.
I'm happy to be here.
We know you mainly from the band Saja, where you make albums together with your friend Jagat Bandhu.
Hmm.
I think you two of you have made about, I don't know, 10 albums or something.
I think there's around 10, yeah.
Around 10, yeah. So you are coming out with a solo album, and how is that? How is it to work solo?
It's much nicer working with Jagat.
Right.
I think about 8 years ago, he moved. We used to live in the same town and city for years. We actually went to high school together. So we've known
Okay.
each other since we were young.
Right.
But he moved to Asheville, North Carolina with his family.
Right.
And so last year, or 2 years ago, when COVID happened, I was home with lots of time and
Yeah.
lots of inspiration and singing lots of kirtan. So I decided to work on a project where I started working with musicians from all over the world, and some of them from Ananda Marga and many of them not. And we just started sharing files, and that's how the first Snow Lion album came about. I worked with musicians from probably 15 different countries, all different ethnicities, and
Wow.
it was really a wonderful experience because I became quite close with a lot of
Mm-hmm.
these people and introduced kirtan to
Mm-hmm.
many people who had never heard it before, and it really felt like a global, like a family, like a project that was, kind of weaving together all the different cultures and
Mm-hmm.
different people from different parts of the world. So it felt very, very fulfilling to do. And so I started right after I finished the first one, I started another one. So I've been working on the new album for about a year and a half now. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So, Lila Maya, I'm very much interested with your project that you say that it is called Snow Lion.
Mm-hmm.
What's the story behind it?
Well, I think partly because I'm from Canada, so I definitely
Mm-hmm.
have experienced a lot of snow in my life, and also the lion, I feel, is a very powerful and magical animal. And I started doing a little bit of research, and in Tibetan mythology, there's the snow lion, um, and it symbolizes this kind of this mystery, this unknown. It supposedly roams the mountains in the Himalayas. Could have been taken from the white leopard that is up there. And so when I started doing a little bit of research, I just felt very, um, just very, I identified with that symbology, and I really liked the name. So yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So, your new album is called First Light, right?
First Light, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last
And yeah,
album,
you did mention also. You can tell
yeah,
me
the other
about
album was Night
that
Songs.
album.
The first one was called Night Songs,
Night
and so
Song.
that one was kind of
Wow.
had the theme of of just singing a lullaby at nighttime to somebody, just very soothing and soft, sweet melodies. And so this one, I actually worked on it mostly in the morning, really early in the morning. And when I was working in my studio, I have windows, and I look over the ocean, and so a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times when I was working on the music, the sun would be rising and the light would be coming through the windows, and and so that's where I got the inspiration for First Light. Um, and I also I used that, but also the the metaphor or the idea of when the universe is created, that first wave that comes out from the three triangle of forces, that spark that starts creation. I also kind of thought of that as the first, kind of representing the first light in a sense.
Right. I know meditation is important part of your life, but you're also a photographer, you are a musician, you are a father, and you're involved in so many projects. How do you manage to find time to meditate?
I wake up really early in the morning.
Right.
I've had that habit since I first came to Ananda Marga. I
Yeah.
came to Ananda Marga when I was 18 years old,
Right.
and I love the morning. So I like my habit is I go to bed early, and I wake up every day like between 4 and 5 in the morning, and then there's lots of time to meditate because nobody's around to bug you. So yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a wonderful time to, and the place I guess the place you live in the forest near the ocean, and that's also
Yeah.
creates a very nice environment for your meditation. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where I live is very conducive. It's the ocean's just, I can see the ocean from my deck, and the mountains are right behind us, and we're just surrounded by rainforest and waterfalls, and so yeah, it's a very beautiful part of the world.
what role does meditation play in your creative process?
It plays a huge role in every aspect of my life.
Yeah.
I think meditation really helps one to feel that loving awareness that presence of God in their heart and in their actions. And it really works well with my profession as a photographer. I do landscape photography, and it's a very slow process. I do long exposure photography, so a lot of times when I'm waiting for a photograph to expose, I have to wait for 15 or 20 minutes, sometimes like in the cold, and so I've got a lot of time. And so I'll just be in that environment and just practice, repeating my mantra and being present. And I find that when you habituate yourself with the repetition of mantra, even during the day, then you start noticing things a lot more. You're a lot more present, and for a photographer, that's really important because you have to be very aware of like the transition of light and color and composition, and so I try to kind of pull that cosmic ideation out from the environment, like through presence. And so
Yeah.
Great.
I saw some of your photographer. Your photograph is really beautiful. It's very stunning. I
thanks,
really
Katie.
enjoy them.
Thank you.
Yeah. So now we're going to have a guided meditation. Would you like to play one more kirtan, and
Sure.
all of
Yeah.
us will sing along before the meditation?
Okay.
Thank
Was
you.
there any feedback the last time I played?
No, it was
It was
good.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It was
Okay, so you'll have
beautiful.
to switch to the other video.
You are muted. Lila Maya, you are muted.
Pavanam Kevalam, 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 Pabalam Kevalam 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 Pabalam Kevalam.
Now, sit in a comfortable position. You can sit on the floor, or you can sit on a chair, on a sofa. Sit, keep your back straight. Breathe through your nose. Take a deep breath, inhale, fill your lungs, and as you exhale, release all tension. Now let the world around you disappear and try to go deeper and deeper within. Try to imagine that you are alone, it's only you. And focus your mind on one tiny little point deep within. It may be just next to the heart. Focus on that little point and imagine that all around is that infinite Baba, that source of love and inspiration. Feel that Baba all around you and use the mantra. Direct the mantra, Baba Nam Kevalam, towards that Baba. It's only you and that, and nothing else. And repeat the mantra again and again until your mind becomes completely concentrated and absorbed into that experience of that Baba, that infinite love, that infinite source of bliss. Now, take a deep breath. Feel the ground under yourself. Move yourself a little bit and slowly open your eyes again.
I hope you all enjoy the meditation, and we will continue. The practice of 10 yamas and niyamas is given much importance by those who meditate and with the good reasons. Altogether, they make the mind calm and focused, which is essential for the continued success in meditation. We have now reached to the 9 principles called Swadhyaya.
So, we have now covered 8 of the 10 yamas and niyamas. And today is Svadhyaya, and that means to get clear understanding of spiritual subjects, of any spiritual subject. And how do we get a clear understanding of a spiritual subject? Well, there's different ways. It can be done by listening to spiritually elevated personalities who have really understood by their meditation, by their deep spiritual practices, they have gained certain spiritual realizations. So we can listen to them or we can study their books. The spiritual dimension, our spiritual reality, is important to understand. Many human beings have today reached a high psychic level, a high intellectual level. And then after there, it is natural that the spiritual dimension gradually start to manifest in the mind of that person. In this phase, when that spirituality starts to awaken, it is very important to get proper guidance. Otherwise, one's progress may stall and we don't move in any direction. So, if we want to get in good physical shape, we need to exercise. We need to go to the gym, we need to go running, we need to be very systematic. We need to exercise every day if we want to get in good shape. There's no difference with spirituality. If we want to develop spiritually, we need to practice it. We need to exercise it, you can say. And for that, there are different practices. There are meditation, there are the different practices we are mentioning, and this is something we will focus especially on in our next show. But we need proper guidance at this stage. We don't know how to do it. We don't know how to think. We don't know how to move and to act on the spiritual journey. So we need guidance. And this we get from these spiritually elevated souls, from their books, from their teachings. We get proper svadhyaya. These guides, these are realized souls. They have reached a certain spiritual level, and from them we will get the proper understanding of any spiritual subject. Not only that, we can also get it from our own personal experiences, but in most cases, we need certain guidance to know how to get started and know how to move forward. So this is the essence of svadhyaya. And Didi, how is it with the chat? Do we have any questions regarding svadhyaya in the chat, perhaps? Or
Probably maybe let's invite our guests. I didn't see yet any question from the chat, but we have a question. Is there a question for Didi?
yeah. Can you hear us, Didi and Gunamaya?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Welcome back, Didi. We had a
From
little bit
Africa,
technical.
planet
Africa
Africa.
calling from the Didi. Um, how do you feel? What's your experience, Didi? What's your feeling? Is is planet Earth getting more spiritual?
Yes, certainly. I'm feeling
Right.
also.
Yeah.
People is getting more spiritual.
Yeah. And how do you see it? In which ways do you see there's some changes?
Uh, People's not associated with just material things. They are feeling to look something beyond that. And I feel the thirst is bigger. Now people talk normally about, change. There should be a change. And yes, I see the signs like moral values seems to be better accepted. Now when this war of Russia and the Ukraine, I see that people is very reacting a lot. They are reacting a lot. So I feel people is more subtle now.
Yeah.
And this means more spiritual.
Yeah. 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 Good.
All
Good.
right. So, Lila Maya, I have one question for you.
Sure.
You have been meditating for 25 years, right?
Hmm.
And what you have observed, is there hope for humanity despite all the wars and conflicts?
Definitely. There must be. I
Yeah.
mean, the path of spirituality is from crude to subtle, and every single particle in this universe is in that cosmic dance of evolution. And so, I mean, right now humanity is going through some dark phases, but at the same time, that is creating pressure for people to awaken. And so there's a lot more people awakening right now, also. A lot more people singing kirtan, a lot more people doing meditation from all different cultures and religions. And so there's hope.
Yeah.
I'm very hopeful.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you. There'll always be light after the dark.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so
So,
much. So I think that's all that we have for today. It has been our pleasure to be with you, and we like to give a big thanks to Didi Ananda Gunamaya
Thank
for
you.
enlightening insight into the science of education. And thank you so much, Lila
It's so
Maya,
much
for
to
your
talk.
hypnotizing music.
I just want to add what Brother Lila Maya said. I think, it's the time to these people who are feeling this spirituality to come together, That's what you make the change, to learn how to live together and how to work together for a big ideal. I think this is the solution. The people who are awakening now, they should hold their hands and, try to start change, like education, for example. Try to change things.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you.
Thank you.
The spiritual minded persons need to unite, need to get together and create a strong spiritual force on planet Earth. There are many
mhm.
people
Right.
that are.
Mhm.
That's my personal experience. Also, there's a change. There's a lot of spiritual awakening happening. We can see it in many ways. There's also more wars, more chaos in certain ways, but this is natural. This is I think this is just
Process of purification.
a process of purification. From this, we learn certain things. We learn what kind of society we don't want. We understand more what we want. And we understand more how to get it. So from Swadhyaya, from studying from the various spiritually elevated personalities, we also get some guidance for how to bring humanity forward and create that kind of society that we all want. So thank you all. It has been a pleasure to have you both here.
Thank you.
Yeah. And hopefully we can invite you back another time.
Sure.
Yeah. And a big thank you to all our viewers around the world. Without you, this show won't exist. And a big thank you to everyone who has contributed in the chat. And we will soon share some of the chats with you on the screen.
And our next show will be on April 30th. And we are pleased to introduce a very interesting guest for you. She is originally from Singapore. And with her, we will discuss the eight limbs of Raja Yoga.
Yeah. And as always, we will introduce a musician for you. She's also a lady. And the name of her band, such as says it's all, the name is Cosmic Love. And until then, take good care of yourself. Be good girls, be good boys, behave well. And remember, meditation should be practiced every day. Take good care. And maybe Lila Maya could play a little bit music for us while we're fading out and we play some and show some of our comments from the chat.
Sure. Bambalam kevalam, Bambalam kevalam, Bambalam kevalam, Bambalam kevalam, Bambalam kevalam, Bambalam kevalam, Bambalam kevalam. Bhavalam Kevalam 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 Babalam Kevalam Babalam Kevalam Babalam Kevalam Babalam Kevalam Babalam Kevalam Babalam Kevalam